Oh, 155. Fun day on social media. Poirier comes out and tweets, we're going to do a trilogy, which would lead you to believe that Poirier is agreeing to the fight with Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor comes out on social media and he puts out a highlight clip of his last fight, which is all the breakdowns, but where he's landing punches. Oliveira weighs in on the back of all of this to Poirier. Now, it's very important that you understand this. Make sure you're picturing this in your head with me. Charles Oliveira responds publicly to Poirier and says, "Oh, so you don't want to fight me for the light heavyweight championship? Then who do I fight? Who is next? What do I got to do to have that belt around my waist?" Now, there's multiple problems here, so let's go ahead and start with the fact that Dustin Poirier is not the champion. So Oliveira asking Poirier for a title fight of said title of which Dustin doesn't possess is weird. Secondly, asking Dustin the question, what do I have to do and who is next for me, is weird. Why would Dustin know what's next for you? And ultimately, and I want to speak directly to Charles Oliveira on this, I get messages from Oliveira. Oliveira has never called me, but he talks to other people to talk to me. I appreciate that. I appreciate it a lot. So Oliveira, let me make something very clear for you. No matter how many of my pieces you watch, and no matter how much people like me that influence this sport have done commentary stating the following: Dustin Poirier will be fighting for a championship next. No matter how many times we say that, it doesn't make it so. There is no ink dried on any paper anywhere that says Dustin Poirier fights for a title next. That is me talking. I am likely right. But you don't have to agree. And why you have gone along with the people like me who are sitting on our butts comfortably, making a career and money off of you in the gym sweat. You don't need to listen to people like me. You have a job to do, and it's different than mine. For me to state that Dustin Poirier should fight for a title because all of the good deeds that he's already done. A hard brawl with Khabib, a victory a second time over Max, shutting up the odds makers and the naysayers and the pundits and getting rid of Conor McGregor. There is nothing anywhere that says Poirier's next fight is for a belt. I believe I am of good mind and of good conscience to come and tell you that, but you now have another job. One is to agree with me and make sure that you're in the passenger seat opposite Poirier. That would make a level of sense to me. But whoever you're in the opposite seat with, whether you like them or not, is now your partner. And if you and Michael Chandler had the sense that God gave geese behind the scenes, you would have puttied up, you would have coupled up with your managers and or a third party, and you would have decided that you two were going to fight for the belt. You would have dumped and pushed away Dustin Poirier. You would have quickly seen that Dustin has a bird in the hand and knows it, and that he is likely to offer some resistance to the office. You would have offered your and Chandler's willingness to trump the resistance of Poirier and the pain in the ass that is openly known as Conor McGregor. Your team and Chandler's team would have conspired. And you and Chandler together, instead of coming and hoping to be the passenger in the car driven by Poirier, would have created your own story. Not only have you created an alternative narrative, you have gone along with the narrative created by me, who's sitting here comfortably on my ass. My point being, in all fairness, I don't have the right. I don't have the right to steer your career or to anoint Dustin Poirier. And I don't just mean it's me. People like me who are also sitting in an air-conditioned home with a beverage a half an arm's reach away. Just because we say Dustin should be fighting for the belt doesn't mean that he is. And if you're begging to get in the car with Dustin and he's not letting you in, find yourself a new partner. And if nobody has suggested to you until right now that you and Chandler should have teamed up, you should have manipulated the media, you should have leveraged against the office, you, Charles Oliveira, need a new team.